RPN, the Roddenberry Podcast Network.
Today's daily Star Trek news is supported by listeners like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/daily Star Trek news. Hello and welcome to your daily Star Trek news from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. I'm Allison Pitt, and today is Thursday, August 27th, 2020. On today's show, Star Trek Discovery Season 1 is coming to CBS broadcast television. Stephen King's The Stand, starring Whoopi Goldberg, has set a premiere date for December, and I'm bringing you the weekend's virtual Star Trek events. All of that coming up next. Star Trek Discovery is coming to terrestrial television. CBS announced some of the details of their fall network programming lineup yesterday, and one of the shows in that lineup is the first full season of Star Trek Discovery. CBS says that the announced shows include a mix of original news and alternative programming, and 2 scripted dramas and 1 comedy series making their broadcast network debuts. The lineup is in part compensating for a reduced production schedule this summer because of COVID-19 restrictions. Kelly Call, president of CBS Entertainment, said, "This is hardly a traditional fall season, but we're prepared with a strong slate of original content while our regular scripted series begin production. Based on our current timeline, we hope to start rolling out our previously announced fall series as they become available in November." Star Trek Discovery is slated to make its network debut on Thursday, September 24th at 10 p.m. Eastern, 3 weeks ahead of the launch of the show's 3rd season. That will air exclusively on CBS All Access from Thursday, October 15th. While this is the first time Discovery has landed on terrestrial television here in the United States, it's not the first time anywhere. This coming December will mark 1 year since the series made its debut on the UK's Freeview channel, E4. The move to put Discovery on CBS broadcast television works out nicely for everyone. Holdout fans can finally see the start of the series for free without a subscription. CBS gets to fill a hole in its primetime slate, and CBS All Access gets a nice promotional boost leading into Discovery Season 3. Once again, Star Trek Discovery Season 1 will air on CBS broadcast television, finally, from Thursday, September 24th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Now, some of you may remember last September when we told you that the Star Trek The Next Generation actor Whoopi Goldberg had joined the cast of The Stand, the latest limited series adaptation of the Stephen King novel of the same name. At the time, there was no premiere date for the series, but this week, CBS All Access announced that The Stand will premiere on the streaming platform on December 17th, 2020. The Stand is Stephen King's apocalyptic vision of a world decimated by plague and embroiled in an elemental struggle between good and evil. The fate of mankind rests on the frail shoulders of the 108-year-old Mother Abigail, played by Whoopi Goldberg, and a handful of survivors. Their worst nightmares are embodied in a man with a lethal smile and unspeakable powers, the Dark Man, Randall Flagg, played by Alexander Skarsgård. The limited series production of Stephen King's classic novel will even include a new coda, a narrative epilogue written by King, something the author has wanted to add to the story for years. Showrunner and executive producer Benjamin Cavell noted the immense responsibility in taking on the project. During the 2 years we spent making The Stand, we all felt the responsibility of adapting what may be the most beloved work of one of the world's most beloved storytellers, Cavell said. But none of us could have imagined that Stephen King's 40-year-old masterpiece about a global pandemic would come to be so eerily relevant. Along with Goldberg and Skarsgård, The Stand will feature James Marsden, Giovanna Depo, Odessa Young, Owen Teague, Amber Heard, and Brad William Henke, who has his own connection to the Star Trek franchise. Henke played the uncredited role of Uncle Frank in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek 2009. The Stand will air as a 9-episode limited series on CBS All Access, beginning on Thursday, December 17th, 2020, and running through February of next year. I've got the weekend's online events in just a moment, but first, a word from me. I just want to say a big thank you to those of you who have headed over to YouTube and joined me this week. A few of you have left comments on my videos, and it's really great to have your support. Now, if you still haven't tried it, then now is a great time to do so. Just head to youtube.com/Daily Star Trek News. It's the same show as on the podcast, just, video. And of course, some of you are watching me tell you this right now, which must be a really weird thing. So thank you for your patience and thank you for watching. We're all one big happy family over here. Once again, that's youtube.com/Daily Star Trek News. And a big thanks to you for supporting this show. Now, it's Thursday, which means it's Events Day. We cover a week's worth of events, which means that these are the things going on between now and next Wednesday, which, by the way, is September. I don't understand how that happened. First up, GalaxyCon Live is hosting William Shatner this weekend, but he's not alone. This Saturday, August 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern, Shatner will be joined by his Better Late Than Never co-star Henry Winkler for an exclusive interview. Then on Sunday, August 30th, GalaxyCon Live is also hosting the cast of Star Trek Deep Space Nine for a live Q&A chat. Several Deep Space Nine actors are expected to be there: Armin Shimmerman, Nana Visitor, Alexander Siddig, Andrew Robinson, Terry Farrell, and Chase Masterson. Now, for both the Shatner, Winkler, and the Deep Space Nine events, tickets are free, and you can also purchase autographs and one-on-one video chats if you wish. Finally, there's some stuff that's still going on. I've told you about this before, but it's worth a refresher. There are a few Twitter watch-alongs. #AllStarTrek runs Sunday through Friday at 8/7 Central and follows the Heroes and Icons channel's All Star Trek program. #TOSSatNight starts at 9 p.m. Pacific on Saturday night and follows a different episode of the original series every week. And #Star Trek Hour is a Q&A format event every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific. Then there's Star Trek Netflix Party, hosted daily and coordinated on Facebook. Every evening, they use the Netflix Party Chrome extension to watch Star Trek together. To find out more, head over to Star Trek Netflix Party on Facebook. Now, if you have an online event or a gathering that you'd like for me to promote on the show, then please let me know. How are you getting together with your fellow Trekkies without leaving the house? Well, that's it for today's Daily Star Trek News from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Don't forget to check out the other great shows on the network at podcasts.roddenberry.com. Daily Star Trek News is produced by me, Allison Pitt, with selected stories by Chris Peterson. We're supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out how you can add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. Sign up for the Daily Star Trek newsletter at dailystartreknews.com/contact. Get all the day's Star Trek news delivered straight to your inbox every weekday morning. And if email's not your thing, then don't forget to follow Daily Star Trek News on social media. We're at Daily Trek News on Twitter and Instagram. I'm back tomorrow with more of the Star Trek news you need to know and the answer to this week's trivia. I'm Allison Pitt. Live long and prosper.
Podcast.roddenberry.com, the Roddenberry Podcast Network.